And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Week 4 NA Showmatch for Learning 5s, and lobby goes boom! Took about 3 seconds, but we are already underway. I'm Lol Meowing Cat, joined by two special guests today. Companion to be and Execute Plan C, also known as Keyman. Welcome to the stream. They are both dead. Lobby is set as all random, so I don't think we're going to be doing that one. Give us a second as we will quickly fix that. I mean, maybe one day we'll do an all random learning 5s. Today is not that day though. Please bear with us again as we try to fix these issues again. Wouldn't be a learning 5 stream without some memes, boys. Alright, and we are back for round 2 of this pick and ban, as it is really hard to get into a champ select apparently. I'm Lol Meowing Cat. As I mentioned, two special guests, Companion to be and Execute Plan C, also known as Keyman, are going to be joining me tonight. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
And one of them actually talked. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting right into pick ban, and we already see the Shen ban coming out, which was actually banned by Mac and Cheese. Kind of throwing some shade towards River Shen Reformed. Okay. It looks like River Shen Reformed is not actually going to be following their bans, but I'm going to go through the ban list really fast. So, from Mac and Cheese, they banned Shen, Malzahar, Ragus, Shyvana, and Renekton. River Shen Reformed banned Ezreal, Sona, Lee Sin, Jax, and Sejuani. So, some standout things here are the Malzahar, Ezreal, and Sona being taken away. Those have risen to the top of the win rates in solo queue, and they have shown to be extremely strong picks. So with those picks out of the way, it's going to open up a little more breathing room for every other champion in the game. Alright, and that is a Tahm Kench picked up in the top lane, actually, by Plop 1818, or 1818 if you prefer. Already a kind of an interesting top lane pick that has become a lot more popular recently because of the strength of some of the keystones, Grasp of the Undying being notably strong for the Tahm Kench, allowing permanent max health stacking for this little frog here. As Kled and Warwick on the other side, already a lot of auto-attacking, so Tahm Kench definitely going to grab some armor, being able to tank up a lot of that damage. And Annie being taken up by Con24 in the mid lane, with Mr. Dude 812 locking in the Kayn, and the Zillion mid is actually taken by Delevator 78. So, some hard CC mid laners that are possibly looking to blow up the entire enemy team. Execute, do you have any thoughts?
Not really.
Not really. Words of a champion right there. As they are going through the second banning phase, just banning out whatever. Unlike Mac and Cheese, who actually banned their bans. And so now we get to see what the bot lanes are taking up. This is going to be really interesting because some of these keystones for the ADCs and the supports are really fun to watch. Now I don't wanna ruin any surprises, but one bot lane in particular is looking a little extra spicy and dicey. Oh, that's a little too spicy for me. As Vespion will change last second into that Varus. Wingnut gonna choose his AD carry in response to that. And it is not gonna be Nunu. Hopefully not, at least. So, execute. So far, what do you think of these compositions?
Right now, I think the composition from the blue side team is, to me, a lot worse than the red side team, just because they have the Annie and the Ashe, which, while they have the Tahm Kench to save them, they're pretty immobile, and the other team has the Kled and the Warwick that can disengage easily on since they have no escapes, and then alongside that they have a Zillion to just like revive either one of them.
Yeah, and even
so they
if
have a pretty strong dive.
Yeah, and with that Thresh lockdown, look at all this pick potential. Warwick ult, Varus ult, Thresh hook. I mean, even if the Tahm Kench eats somebody, if he gets CC'd himself, you know, it could be just disastrous. So that frog might just be eating, you know, hooks and CC all day.
Also having Kayn kind of a double-edged sword, because if he doesn't get ahead early on, then it becomes pretty much useless, because if it takes him too long to transform, he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but if you look at the rest of this composition, with the Annie, with the Leona, you have a lot of AoE damage. Adding that Kayn on top, that might be the extra burst they need to just destroy this team. Although, in response to that, they do have the Zillion, which can save a member of their team, so...
Yeah, I think both comps are looking to try and just go for a snowball and just try and force engages on the other team.
Yeah, this is going to be a very volatile game. I mean, if either team takes a lead, I think it's probably going to be extremely hard for the other team to come back. Especially if I think River Shen reformed. Their team has a very good way of punishing as well. It has a little bit of an easier time if they fall a little behind. I think if River Shen reformed get ahead, it's going to be very hard for the side of Mac and Cheese to get back into this game.
Yeah, I agree.
He agrees. I feel validated. My life is complete. Yeah, so with that...
Another thing that's interesting is that, sorry to cut you off, but
No.
the Leona is going with the Ignite for more pressure in the lane.
Who's taking the Ignite?
I believe it's the Leona.
Yes,
or maybe
Septic Candy took Ignite on Leona.
Yeah, so he's taking the Ignite, which means they won't have an exhaust for like the Clud or the Varus later on into the game.
Yeah.
Whereas I believe the Thresh does have the exhaust.
Yeah, Word Kid did take exhaust, it looks like. And that's a good point to mention. Septic Candy, with the Resolve Keystone that is basically kind of like an extra Leona W, it synergizes so well with her actual W that she basically just like drops the base around her in a giant AoE, like massive explosion that we are gonna bear witness to in this bot lane. So I'm interested to see that. Companion,
Yeah.
you've been pretty quiet so far. Do you have anything to say about any of these teams? Or is there any pick that you're watching out for, that you're interested to watch the lane? Okay.
R.I.P.
I mean, I want to say that the Annie versus Zillion is definitely going to be really reliant on Zillion hitting those bombs. But early on, if Annie can take a lead and, you know, before Zillion gets that ultimate, punish him a lot for his immobility with the Kayn, possibly with a Leona roam, that could mean big things for that Annie. Having that burst potential is really going to be decisive this game. Alright, well, do you have anything to wrap up this champ select, execute, or companion?
I think the main thing just to look out for is from both teams is their level 6s. Because having a level 6 on Tom Kench allows him to roam, so he's going to try and look to make plays. Same for Kled. And both Kayn and Word are going to try and get a gank off once they hit 6. And especially for the Ashley on the bot lane, hitting a level 6 for them is a Virus spec. If they can land one of their abilities onto, say, the Virus, he's pretty much just going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, this level 6 is on both of these teams so much hard CC. The Annie ultimate, the Ashe ultimate, and the Leona ultimate on the side of Mac and Cheese. Well, River Shen reformed have the they have the Thresh ultimate to make even the picks even stickier. They have the Varus ultimate, which is really good at initiating. And then they also have the Warwick ulti plus the Kled ulti. So just crazy level 6 pick potential coming out. So we're going to have to see who can get these early leads, gets that level 6, and force their plays. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be on a quick break as we're going to come back into the game of Mac and Cheese versus River Shen Reformed, Game 1. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. That was a pretty quick break, as you can see. We are into the game with Mac and Cheese on the blue side and River Shen Reformed on the red side. And to go down to the players, On the blue side with Mac and Cheese, we have Plop1818, Mr. Dude 812, Con24, Wingnut 0220, and Septic Candy. And Execute, do you want to intro in the red side for us?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I guess he does not, as we have River Shen reformed with X Havoc in the top lane, Mr. Sneezy XL in the jungle, Deliverator 78 in the mid lane, a little slip up there, Vespion in the AD carry position, and Word Kid in support. Alright, straight off the bat, look at this mid lane items. Look at these items. What's going on?
What does Leon have? Sapphire Crystal? I guess he's gonna try and back early for an early tier.
Yeah, that is an option, but also the stopwatch is a bit interesting. Both of them went for that. I think the biscuits are really good for Zilean, especially since he's so mana hungry. So, I mean, Zhonya's is good against all of that pick potential. Maybe both of them just wanted to get a cheaper Zhonya's. That is a good reason for it. As we see up in the top side, both junglers will be starting, so they're going to be pathing down into that bot lane, so we're going to have to watch around 3 minutes for that. See if there's going to be any interesting plays down there. I mean, even though these junglers don't have really good hard CC at all, their laners have so much CC to provide, with the Ashe with the slows and Varus as well having slows, and then both supports having extremely good lockdown hard CC. Up in the top lane, already a little bit of a CS lead as X Havoc has gotten 4 CS to the none of Plop 1818, which is maybe going to be indicating how this lane will be going. Tomkin finally picking up his first CS. Oh, level 2 from both sides of the bot lane. Word Kid going in, flaying Wingnut away, not using the exhaust yet. Ignite has been dropped down onto Vespion. As Wingnut is dropped really low, Word Kid not weirdly flashing to the side as he's just saying, Word, you're about to get slapped. Dropping the exhaust onto Wingnut as the heal comes out. Heal coming out from Vespion as Mr. Sneezy comes down. X Havoc dying up in the top lane though, solo to that Tom Kench. What was he doing? Getting a little too greedy zoning there. And that is a lot of action happening in a short amount of time. Just before we continue the stream, guys, there is a bug in the League of Legends client where spectator will freeze consistently, and we are going to speed up every once in a while to make sure that we're synchronized and catched up to the live. But sadly, you will see pauses and speeding up every once in a while, so we apologize. But now, back to the game. Really good lead in the bot lane for River Shen Reformed, as sadly, you know, the Leona not getting any kill there with the Ignite drop down. Now no sums in the bot side with a, you know, a recurve bow on that Varus. That's pretty good. I will do this really fast. Mr. Dude going into the mid lane as Khan gets the stun down. Deliverator gonna try to deliver on his life, making it out, and he barely lives, although the red buff not gonna take him out. That was playing with fire, not using either of his summoner spells. He believed in himself there. Now, everything has calmed down a little more so. Zilean will get back to the lane with that Tear of the Goddess, as you mentioned, Execute. So, that is definitely going to help him, you know, smooth out that lane a little bit. With, you know, both of his sums up, he can definitely make a comeback in this matchup in the mid lane. Okay, now quickly going over some of the things that happened in this patch. Obviously, we're on the new patch, so there's all these new keystones. As Plop is not going to be able to make it out with his keystone, potentially getting chased down. Mr. Dude coming up into the top side. Mr. Sneezy getting taken out by the other Mr. They're both getting extremely low. 2 stacks of that Tom Kench passive onto Mr. Sneezy. Not getting the third, though. Not going to get the swallow. And That pooch is not going to be for dinner tonight for the frog. Okay, but so about the keystones, before we get some more action going on as the client freezes some more. Leona and Thresh both took Aftershock. In the mid lane we have Arcane Comet from Zillion and Electrocute from Annie. In AD carry we have Fleet Footwork from Ashe, Press the Attack from Varus. In the jungle we have a Dark Harvest Kayn and Press the Attack on the Warwick. And then in the top lane, Kled has Press the Attack, and as expected, Tahm Kench has Grasp of the Undying. So everything is kind of expected here, except Ashe took Fleet Footwork, which...
Yeah, I think it would have been a lot better if she went, like, Press the Attack or Lethal Tempo.
Yeah, the extra damage provided from those is pretty crazy. And especially with the Leona having so much burst on the support, if you can take Press the Attack, that's going to allow your support to get a lot more damage on that early game. And then it scales so well into the late game too. So there's no real downside taking it.
Yeah, in my opinion, Press the Attack's probably like the best mastery right now. It just gives you so much more extra damage.
Yeah. Now,
I thought it was interesting though, because you said Warwick also had Press the Attack.
Yes, they have 3 Press the Attacks on Warwick, Kled, and Varus.
On Warwick, I think maybe it'd be better to go, maybe Grasp or I forget what the other one's called. Not Guardian. Aftershock.
Aftershock doesn't apply unless it's his ulti.
Yeah, so I think he should probably gone Grasp or, I guess then yeah, he could have gone Guardian.
Press the Attack is pretty decent, I think, on Warwick. I mean...
Oh, the only reason I would suggest that you would just go one of the more defensive ones.
Mr. Dude looking for an invade here, as he does get the Dark Harvest stack from that Gromp. Oh, getting popped out of the wall though. Hook missing. He pops himself up, almost gets hit by the hook again. Escapes, as up in the top lane, Havoc is getting really low, gets swallowed up, and almost gets knocked off of Kled, or Skarl. I say as Skarl is riding Kled now. Reverse Kled skin incoming, please. But a bit of a risky invade, causing Kayn to waste his flash, so maybe it's a little risky because he's on the blue side, so it's really hard for his bot lane to get into that jungle and support him. If it's a red side invading into the blue side, his red side bot lane can walk through that tribush and immediately support him. This Ashe and Leona can't do that, so
yeah.
I mean, and he got really lucky there. If that Thresh hook hit, after he hit that blast cone, like, awkwardly by accident, that would have been really bad for him. That could have been a dead Kayn right there.
Yeah, also the fact that, like, his bot lane's not as far, they're kind of behind, so it's going to be hard for them to, like, push an advantage so that he's going to be able to roam up, and then they can roam for the red side bot lane.
Oh, Ashe ulti does connect as the Thresh hook does land, but that will just be the end of that resolution, or that conflict. That is the resolution. The resolution was not the cause of the conflict, believe it or not. Now, with these support items getting buffed, every support item does provide Bandit now, so they're going to be able to get, a lot more gold income onto those supports. And, if Leona can get really tanky with the Aftershock and her W, she can actually provide, a decent amount of extra burst damage to go along with her team. And her team is kind of lacking in damage in, the mid lane and AD carry role, where Ashe is kind of a lower damage ADC, and Annie's damage, she kind of has to get, a lot of AP for it to be substantial. I mean, it's not horrible by any means, but it's not consistent damage. It's more of like a burst damage, so that Leona's going to add a little extra damage to go with that burst, and maybe, maybe they'll get through some of these targets. I mean, it's going to be very hard to kill the Warwick, the Thresh, and the Kled later game if they fall behind. So you want to stay ahead of the curve in this game.
Especially when they have the Zillion ult to save them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing on top of it. How are you going to kill the Kled through a Zillion ulti after you already had to spend so long getting him off of Skarl? It's...
And then just here, like, Leona hit 6, and Ashe has her ult back up, and everyone has the sun, so we might see something happening in the bot lane soon.
Yeah, both junglers are not anywhere near that bot side, so it's going to be a pure 2v2 for the next about at least around half a minute.
I thought it was a bit of a mistake for Warwick to pad more towards top side after he had already ganked spot at around like 3 minutes, and then they burned all their sun. So going back bot again with a lane that does a lot of CC, like with the Thresh, it'd be pretty easy for him to either just force him out of lane or get another kill.
Yeah, I want to say, while Ashe is behind a kill and assist, she does have, you know, a little CS advantage, which helps make up for it a bit. But it seems like that CS advantage is being spent into her health pots. She has 5 health pots right now. That just seems way too excessive.
Yeah, you really want to swap it out and get the refillable potion. It's just a lot more gold efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, either just get the refill potion, you know, after you if you just want to keep getting more pots, or just, you know, get 1 or 2 pots. 5 is just,
Yeah.
it's a little too much.
Or if you really want, you could just get Kleptomancy and you can have all the pots you want.
Yeah. Now, oh, Mr. Dude 812 getting hit by Mr. Sneezy, as Mr. Sneezy proves who the Supreme Mister is. That Warwick ulti just coming out of the blue right onto that Kayn. And that Warwick deals a decent amount of damage. I mean, look at this build. Oh,
Right now it'd be...
in the bot lane though, Wingnut getting hooked up, flayed, getting taken a little low. Gonna be, you know, sustaining up a bit, especially with those 5 health pots. Not too much of an issue. You know, and I want to say Plop in this top lane is getting a lot of damage down due to that percent health damage from the Tahm Kench. And with that Grasp of the Undying, he's actually doing a very substantial amount.
Yeah, I think after the pick onto the Kayn, they should have just tried to rotate up towards the dragon and take that, since it was pretty free since Kayn was dead.
Yeah. Something I want to say, Leona did not take, she did not take the new Stoneborn. Oh, wait a minute. That will have to hold on as the Ashe ult from downtown. CC locking down onto Mr. Sneezy, but the Leona ult does not connect, although it does slow down Vesperion. Maybe that's what they wanted, as Vesperion is barely getting away. The ultimate rooting down both members, and he escapes barely with his life as Annie TP's down into the bot lane. Khan kind of just saying, oh, hey, guys, guess I'm back to mid lane. Just going to roam back up. Now,
Yeah.
as I was mentioning, this Tahm Kench is doing a lot of percent max health damage. So this is actually one way that they can get through these tanks. A tank themselves, you know? Like, a tank is just going to take care of the tanks. That's... in a team fight, obviously not a lot of damage, but in a long extended trade in a lane like this, it's actually very, you know, it's a very large amount of damage that he can do.
Yeah, and then here's the blue team picking up the Infernal Drake, which they got since they were just able to get the pick onto the Warwick and then force their enemy bot lane back. Which is definitely going to help them out, because as the game goes on, they're going to get that bonus AP and AD, and help them do a little bit more damage against this, like, super tanky comp.
Yeah. Oh, Khan flashing forward. Zilean using the Eon to himself, trying to speed himself out. Drops the ultimate a little early. They might wait it out. Oh, no, they pop it. Are they going to let him live? Oh, they're trying to stay down, and the flash comes out from Deliberator, as he is actually called. Not Delevator, just an elevator with a D. Oh, Mr. Sneezy, though, getting the D from Plop as he is dragging him in towards that Annie. Kled ulti coming down. Charge right into that Annie, and that Warwick is healing up so much with that passive. And Plop is just running for his life now, saying bye to Khan as he is already gone. Mr. Dude coming in, gets the 2-man knockup, maybe looking to get a kill onto Deliberator here. The Zhonya's from the stopwatch coming out, though, making great usage of that active item. Mr. Dude now having to run for his life, getting the double knockup down again, and he makes it out. But that is such a turnaround as the Ashe ultimate comes down a little too late. And that is a kill picked up from the side of Rivers Shen Reformed, going over to Deliberator, and it looked like he was gonna die twice already. But he picks up a kill. That's so surprising.
I think again here the Revolution could have also just rotated up and gotten the Rift Herald here, and then use that to either take the mid tower or get the top tower so that it frees up Clyde to run a little bit more.
Yeah. And so now we have, you know, a pretty decent lead on that Zillion, who has the 20% CDR from the Morellonomicon, as well as a 10% from the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. So with all that CDR, his ultimate is on a really short cooldown compared to, you know, otherwise, which is a really long cooldown. At a level 11, he now has a 46-second cooldown. That is ridiculous. This Zillion has now become just a massive threat. He's going to be able to save his team, save himself. He has a lot of mana, and he's going to have, you know, just a lot of damage, you know, outputted with the QWQ. So right now is just going to be kind of stabilizing time for the side of Mac and Cheese, as they need to kind of figure out what they're going to do to get back into this game, because Plop himself is doing really good on that Tahm Kench, but other than that, they don't have any real advantages. I mean, bot lane is pretty even, and then mid and jungle are definitely in the side of River Shen Reformed. Mr. Sneezy not going to try to pounce onto Mr. Dude 8812 that time. And Word Kid looking for a hook, and maybe looking for a little more, as they will just back off, knowing Mr. Dude is right in the corner, as he was just bot side a little second ago. But, I mean, as we mentioned in Champ Select, there was, if one team got ahead, and if that team was River Shen Reformed, it would be a lot harder for Mac and Cheese to handle it, as the Ashley does come out, and maybe they're looking to handle this. There is a Threshold Engine on the ground. Will he be able to grab it? He does, but he has the Kayn ulti on him, and it will come down, smashing him. Word Kid looking to try to escape. He is ignited, dropped really low, and he will make it out as Mr. Sneezy is going in onto Mr. Dude, and he drops. That is a 1-for-1 trade so far, as Mr. Havoc is getting some damage down, or getting damaged down by Plop. But that Tahm Kench will not get it, although he's looking for it, surely. X-Havoc having to blow the flash to make it out. But I don't know why. Always when that Tahm Kench ulti, oh, the Q not connecting will mean that that is the end of it. Plop really looking aggressive there. He's showing some prowess on this Tahm Kench.
Yeah, I think right now with the new mastery, the new Gress, I think Tahm Kench is one of the strongest top laners.
Yeah,
He's just so much damage, and then getting the free HP, just by killing minions, really gives him a lot more damage.
Yeah, he's definitely risen up into one of the top picks in the top lane. As okay. TP being used by X-Havoc in the top side. No team to really follow up. He was getting beat up pretty hard before, and Plop is so tanky. I don't know if X-Havoc knows what he's doing here, as he's going to get dismounted, and then the stun was going to come out, and then he's going to be swallowed. Where's the stun? Wait, did he already use the Q?
Yeah, he already...
He used... Oh, Plop could have waited for the dismount and then stunned, but used it to actually dismount. And Clyde, because he was dismounted, loses the CC. And that's so big, because now Plop is stuck up here with a remounted Havoc, and Mr. Sneezy comes up, and that is a kill going over to X-Havoc. That was not at all expected. I thought he was dead to rights there.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit aggressive by the Clyde. I think he came back, like, I got Black Cleaver, I'm gonna win. And Tahm Kench is just super tanky, and then with the Grey Health Shield, pretty much gonna be impossible for Clyde to kill him at this point. At least 1v1.
Yeah, and yeah, but some misplay coming out from Plop, not using the Q to stun, instead using it for the damage, seems like it costs him the kill. Although, he is looking to definitely get some more kills, as he built a recurve bow on that frog. That is an interesting choice. It probably is going to go towards the Wit's End. So that's definitely looking for some extra damage, which is a bit weird, considering he already scales so well with health, that he is already going to be doing a lot of damage. The dragon dropping really low, and it is not smited correctly by Mr. Dude, and instead secured by Mr. Sneezy. Now down comes the Comet onto Wingnut. That Ashe getting choked out really low by that bomb. The hook connecting, and the Warwick ult going too. A little overkill, but it doesn't matter as they pick up the kill in the end. Now Deliverator barely escaping with his life. The ultimate not going to come down. Kane, although in the backside, gets 2 kills. Yeah, and also one goes over to the Leona. Septic Candy looking for another kill. Triple kill for Mr. Dude 812. Looking to make it a quadra kill here. Can he get it? And that will be a quadra kill for the Kane. KS by Septic Candy. It feels a little bittersweet, but can't be disappointed with that, as that has just evened out this game. It's got to feel good for that Kane.
Yeah. I think in that situation, what Revolution should have wanted to do is just go for the dragon and then immediately just peel off instead of trying to force a fight.
Yeah, just a lot of things went wrong there. The Zillion ulti wasn't popped. You know, everyone just dropped in the back to the Kane and Leona. It was just such a mess of a fight. And instead of going kind of front to back, they had their whole team kind of just exposed in the open. And that just made easy pickings for the Leona, the Ashe, the Annie, and the Kane. Just all that skill shot CC, from or I guess the little skill shot CC they have, just easily connecting. And it means that you can, your front line isn't going to be eating any of that, the AoE, like the Tahm Kench Q, or that Ashe ulti that is coming out again. Khan going for the stun, looking to CC chain, does not even have a chance to ulti. Deliverator just dropping at the hands of Khan and Wingnut. That was so well coordinated that he didn't have a chance to move. Like, all he could have done was maybe dodge the Ashe ulti or ultied himself before the Ashe ulti hit. But even then, I don't know if he would have made it out.
Yeah, even if he ults himself in this situation before the Ashe hits.
They just wait it out when he's really low, yeah. Oh, Khan maybe getting a little too hyphy after that play. Getting taken out by Sneezy and Word Kid. Kind of being a little disrespectful, pushing up too far without enough vision for that support. Now, speaking of supports, these are some really tanky supports. So, they're not going to be Ardent censoring or going to be dealing crazy damage. Their damage is going to fall off the later this game goes. Although, damage is not going to be that important here, as Word Kid has his team to back him up. Plop looking to try to get away, but he is just going to get hooked up again. And in this top side, a little maybe overstaying by Septic and Wingnut. Although, yeah, it will be a 1-for-2 trade. They do get the tower, but they lose so much in this mid lane. 2 towers already gone down. Already some kills going over. And Havoc is making up for his early game by leaps and bounds. This is just kind of a night and day difference in this Kled.
Yeah, once Kled, Kleds are super strong against champions that don't have any type of ability, and in that situation, it definitely hurt that the Leona has Ignite and not the Exhaust.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, she was able to get the kill onto the Varus, but the issue of the Exhaust, he might have been able to, get the kill on the Kled or just escape.
Yeah, but up in this top lane, Plop looking to do something aggressive, but instead getting aggressed on by Deliverator and Word Kid. Havoc looking to get some damage down. The thick skin from the Tahm Kench gonna eat up some damage, but they're just going straight through that shielding. That Kench is so low, and he's escaping. What? He just lived, and they killed Deliverator. What was that? Plop, what are you doing? How did you? Triple kill going over to that Ashe. Wingnut coming up big with the help of Mr. Dude. Plop is a master baiter on that Tahm Kench, as he just made a big play that might secure them the Baron.
Yeah, and then Zillion went down without using any sums or his ult.
Yeah, just pure misplay, and they just got to be shaking their heads. I mean, there is a chance that Mr. Sneezy will steal this. Goes over really early, though. Are they going to focus him down? No, it looks like they're damaging the Baron. Okay, they kill him, and then they secure the Baron. That is a huge play for the side of Mac and Cheese. That has just got them back into this game. It was looking so grim with that play in the mid lane and in the top side. Losing tower after tower. But the gold lead has just completely equalized, actually going in their favor by 1,000.
Yeah, and then they're gonna probably be able to hit this mid tower as well.
Yeah,
Well, you were definitely right when you said this game would be volatile.
yeah. I mean, the Kled ulti does come out, and now they're looking back onto Pop. One bomb not connecting as Mr. Dude is coming back in. They're looking to stall out for their team. Wingnut does have the Ash ultimate. Not throwing it yet, though. Maybe being a little too slow with that. As it does come out now, we see Mr. Dude does back off a bit. It does connect onto Word Dude. If the Zillion ulti does come out, they have a Thresh reviving right in the middle of their team. Is that what they want, though? They get CC'd. A 3-man bomb comes out from Deliberator as a hook goes down onto Khan, and he gets taken out. Warwick just going crazy. Mr. Sneezy just ripping people to shreds as they're going onto Septic Candy. He gets hit by a bomb, getting hit by various arrows, and gets taken down. Double kill going over to Vespion. And just like that, their Baron play is nullified.
Yeah, they just went a little too aggressive there, trying to force the re-engage when the Ashe and the Annie weren't there. And then once the Annie got there, she just ended up walking to their team.
I will say, this season is looking like an interesting one, as these new keystones and new changes are just looking crazy on the Rift so far. Now, there's a little calm before the next 5v5 Smash Fest goes down. But we did mention that late game, the team comp from, from River Shen Reformed had a pretty significant showing. And maybe they would be able to outfight even if they were even, or maybe even slightly behind. So that just, Vespion has left the game as a pause comes out. Gives us a little time to breathe after all of that. So while we have this time, do either of you guys want to chip in on the play we just witnessed?
I think the main thing was just that, Rivershin just played the fight, I think, really well. They kind of just ended up baiting them into fighting them, and then it ended up being a mistake because the Ashe was super far away. All she could contribute that entire fight was her ult, which ended up landing on Thresh, which isn't really the most priority target. And Annie was farming the bot lane, so at most it was just a 3v5.
I think a big thing was Khan actually did come into the fight, but as soon as he came in, got immediately hooked up, and then just demolished by Mr. Sneezy. The Warwick just tearing that Annie to shreds. I mean, he's just tearing everyone to shreds. He's doing so much damage with that Pressy attack, with the Titanic Hydra, as well as topping a little extra damage off with the Cinder Hulk. He's just going crazy. I mean, I think that this game is definitely being decided by these junglers. They have been having so much pressure and presence in this match. I mean, but you can't, just brush Mr. Dude 812 under the bushy or under the rug either. I mean, you can push him in a bush, I guess, and then he can come out and kill your whole team if you do that. Because that Kayn getting that quadra kill and getting that gold is making him such a big threat. He's going for a more tanky Kayn build, so he's not going to be one-shotting everybody, but he's going to be having some more of that sustained damage that they need with that Black Cleaver, with that Spear Visage to, absorb some of the damage too.
And an interesting thing I want to point out real quick is that Tom Kench actually ended up going for Blade of the Ruined King.
I see that now. I think that's a misplay. He already has Grasp, he already has Q and W with his passive. I think you just go for tankiness on that Kench.
I think you just go for survivability. Your team doesn't really need you to contribute a lot of damage. And
that Bork is not adding nearly enough to his damage to make it worth it. In a 1v1 situation against the Kled, it will help, but I don't think that that's what you need right now with this Tahm Kench. I think that they need a meat sack. A meat sack to protect and to be initiated.
He was already winning the 1v1 before he had the blade, so...
As the game does get unpaused, we are back in, and a bit of a siege in the mid lane. Oh, Wingnut's gonna get chunked so low from this. Oh, the Comet too. Look how low he is. As Mr. Sneezy maybe getting a little too aggressive, gets Zillion ulted, but the whole team is there. And the Lantern does come out and does get the Warwick out. Now maybe turning it around as the tower does get taken down. Mr. Dude getting really low, but Mr. Sneezy even lower. And that is a double kill going over for that Ashe. Kane getting one for himself, and the bombs are going crazy. Everyone is so low. Havoc is going in the middle of the team. Deliberator is just getting bombs everywhere. Triple kill for the Zillion, looking to maybe make it a penta. Has the flash, has the speed, maybe? Speed's instead the Kled. I guess he doesn't... Oh, flash forward from Vespion, looking to get the kill onto Mr. Dude, and does so without risking their own mid laner. Deliberator, again, neither summoner's used. How many times has he used those summoners this game?
I think he used Flash like once or twice.
I don't think I've
seen
seen...
his barrier at all, so.
Yeah.
He's just really confident in himself.
Living with a sliver of HP multiple times. Maybe a misplay, or maybe 5 million IQ? I don't know. But either way, it's working out for them. Ashley coming straight down the mid lane, not hitting that Zillion. Instead hits the Thresh, not getting a kill, obviously, as Thresh is full health. And, you know, this Zillion has a Saracen Brace too now. That's going to be such a hard target to pick off. Right now, if you're Mac and Cheese, what do you think about, like, what are you thinking? How do you get back into this game? Right? So obviously that's what you should be thinking. And if you look at the enemy team, you can't win a 5v5 right now. That Zillion is too big. He is too much of a threat. You need to make picks. You need to start off fights before the whole team can get there. But that's what they did last time. And you know what happened? Zillion speeds himself in. Kled will speed himself in. And then you will just lose after that. So, I mean, they really need to make a cross-map play, or like a play when they know that there is threats on the other side of the map that cannot make it there in time. And it's going to be so hard to do that, especially if River Shen Reformed is just coordinating and not, you know, making openings for them.
Yeah, it's going to be super hard for them to come back in. I think it's going to have to become more from, you know, a mispositioning mistake from Riverton where somebody's caught like super alone without the Zillion there to save them. Or if they're able to just like what they did earlier where they just chain CC'd the Zillion and killed him before he even got a chance to ult.
Yeah, and that's not what's going on right here as Mr. Sneezy is running right after Wingnut, having immense movement speed but not looking to pounce. As, you know, he doesn't want to risk it too much. You know, they know that Warwick is strong, and if they lose him at the start of the fight, that's going to be a really disadvantageous, you know, opening for them. So, rather not risk that Warwick getting blown up immediately. Instead, looking to catch them off guard, as maybe can do so here. No, just going to walk away. The game is slowing down a little bit, but any little fight can crack this game wide open.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're Rivershin, you don't really have to force anything. You can kind of just wait. Because you're in the driver's seat, you can kind of just wait for Mac and Cheese to try and force something and do what you've done pretty much all game, is just Zillion ults them, and then turn the fight around, and then you can go for an objective.
Yeah, but both teams have to be on such edge right here, though, as, I mean, you have River Shen, who you have to be constantly looking for when they're going to initiate and immediately react to it. And then if you're Mac and Cheese, you just have to be looking for said opening, and you have to be really sure and decisive in the moment on making that play. Because if you hesitate for 1 second, that is enough time for the Zillion to get there, enough time for the Kled to get there, and that could make or break a fight.
And something I wanted to point out is I think that...
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, this is a bit of an interesting thing here. Ashe is in the bot lane as Baron is respawning. That is 2 teleports, and they send their Ashe bot lane when Baron is up. That is possibly going to cost them a Baron, as Word Kid recalls. I don't... That could have been an instant Baron by the side of Rivershen, as they see an ADC in the bot lane. That means Baron time.
Yeah, they should still be able to go for it.
Yeah, although it is a bit riskier without this Thresh there, but Leona does back as well. And, I mean, you've got to be looking at the Baron timer and thinking they're going to go Baron. You can't send your Ashe bot lane. The Ashe ultimate does come out. They are being chased down. The Ash Ultimate is not going to connect, though. They're going to get on that Tom Kench. He is not able to pop that thick skin. And Vespian does get the kill. X Havoc going to chase down Mr. Dude. And Mr. Dude will just be like, I'm okay. I'm going to get out of here now. And this Tom Kench, he can't lift through all the CC chains because of his Bork itemization, I gotta say. If he had itemized another tank item here, he might have been able to live long enough that he could pop that thick skin, that he could maybe flash away, his team could maybe regroup with him, and they could possibly turn the fight.
Yeah, I think it would have been super nice for him to have, I think, maybe Retreads instead of the Tabby, just so he could, you know, get that tenacity.
And
also he
Wingnut
should've-
drops here as Septic Candy is getting super low. He's gonna get taken down by Sneezy. In that backside, Mr. Dude is looking to just run away. He's getting a lot of healing down from that Red Cane, but it is not enough. As double kill goes over to Sneezy, and they are looking at this Nexus and saying, we're gonna take game 1. Mac and Cheese, we mean business. As River Shen reformed, looking to take down Plop. Khan getting really low too. That is a double kill going over to Deliberator, and that will secure the game as the Nexus of Mac and Cheese drops 1-0 in favor of River Shen reformed. I gotta say, that it was an impressive match from both sides. I'm very surprised. I mean, this was definitely a lower elo match for Learning Fives, and these teams have been showing pretty consistent team play, actually. I'm thoroughly impressed, I have to say. Well, that is going to be that for that game. We are going to be going on to game 2 of this best of 2 series to see if Mac and Cheese can turn it back into a tie, or if River Shen Reformed is going to be hailing as the champions of this series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, or we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A solo ride of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the last light.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second champion select between River Shen Reformed and Mac and Cheese. They have swapped sides. River Shen is now on blue side, and we're getting right into pick and ban, as there are some interested picks lined up for this match. I'm still joined by the one and only Execute Plan C, also known as Keyman or the Key Boy.
What has ever called me that?
The Key
I'm
Boy.
gonna start calling you that.
I'll leave winning fives.
Alright, and we are down one person in head of content, so opening has opened up if anyone wants to go up there. And I'm also joined by a companion. So, right into the pick and bans. Just kind of banning some standard champions. I will go through the bans. So, from River Shen Reformed, it was a Sona ban, a Sejuani ban, Thresh, LeBlanc, and Urgot. From Mac and Cheese, we had Karma, Lucian, Cho'Gath, Varus, and Draven. The drafts are done right before we get into the lobby because we use an external source because not everyone owns every champion. And so they will be picked in their roles. And so there's some surprise picks coming in here, and we don't know what roles they are yet. And you'll see why there's a confusion in a little bit. Alright, to start it off, X-Havoc up in the top lane, taking his time, but comes up with the Yorick pick. Okay, now, his win rate has gone crazy, apparently, and Yorick has apparently become a top-tier top laner. That is not something I thought I'd be saying, ever.
I believe that.
Yeah, he has currently a 54, almost 55% win rate in the top lane. So, strong is a bit of a light word.
I thought it was interesting that they didn't ban Zillion.
Yeah, Zillion was not banned.
And then, yeah.
Straight through, picks and bans out. Also, we have a substitute in the top lane for Mac and Cheese. Sadly, they had to sub out. Give me a second here.
Plop.
Yeah, they had. Oh, Plop. No, his Tom Kench. Yeah, and so we have Z717 up in the top lane now on the Renekton. Maybe he's got some big shoes to fill. Hopefully not with a Bork. Well, maybe with Renekton. Maybe Renekton. We'll see. Sneezy
Hopefully
taking
not a
up the
Bork.
Kha'Zix in the jungle, and Deliberator taking the Karthus in the mid lane. A bit of an uncommon pick.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't just go back to Zillion. Since it
Yeah.
worked so well for them last time, and they didn't ban it.
Yeah. Maybe looking more to kind of show his prowess on the Karthus rather than win. But Mr. Sneezy, again, going for this kind of assassination jungler. Last game he went Dark Harvest on Kayn. Now, Kha'Zix doesn't farm as well as Kayn does, so he might opt into the Electrocute this time. We're gonna have to wait and see for that. But on the other team, Mr. Dude with the Jarvan, as we already saw, and then Khan with the Annie. That is a very strong combination. I mean, you have the Jarvan EQ into ultimate, and then Annie just blows up a whole team inside of a Cataclysm. That is one heck of a way to initiate a fight.
Yeah, also just like level 2 and level 3 Jarvan can gank super easily. On any lane, but also in a lane where Annie can have a stun at any time and Karthus has no mobility. So if Jarvan shows up level 2, Karthus either has to flash or he just dies.
Yeah. Now, Wingnut does lock in the Twitch here. And again, on top of the Annie Jarvan initiation, you have a Twitch who's going to spray and pray your whole team down into the gutters. I mean, that is just a nasty wombo combo. Vespion, we're going to see it here. Hovers the Thresh. I don't think that's what it's going to be, though. As he is going to lock in the Yasuo AD carry. I'm at a loss for words on that one.
Well, I
Wait,
think
really?
they summed it up quite well when they said they were trolling. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a legitimate pick.
Yeah.
Really pick Yasuo.
Yeah, the Yasuo is I mean, he can wind wall the Twitch's ultimate, right? So there is some kind of redeeming qualities for that. Word Kid not picking a support instead locks in Taric, which was not the support that was intended. There might be a remake coming out. And we're gonna have to go through this whole pick and ban again. As it was the support who did it. Oh no. Word Kid.
You're supposed to pick, what, Leona?
Yeah, that was supposed to be a Leona. So,
Oh, he just DC'd too. He's just gone.
yeah, he left the lobby so that way we can re-lobby. I don't think he closed out his client. Hopefully not. We gotta have an extra long champ select, boys.
Another one.
Remember the 80 carry pick tilted him?
Yeah, he maybe like, I don't want to play with this ADC Yasuo, just leaves the game. That's one way to do it. I mean, that's one way.
I'm about to go from caster to sub support.
Hopping in right now. Yeah, gonna have to wait on. Is he? Ooh, I guess we're gonna go to a quick break as we will maybe not have a support. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around and watch this amazing game with the Yasuo AD carry about to unfold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the 4th champion select somehow, some way in a 2-game series. I'm Lol Meowing Cat for the 4th time, joined by Execute Plan C, also known as the Key Boyster, and Companion to Be.
It really just gets worse every time.
Back into this champion select. We got through every single pick, but then Word Kid DC'd, so hopefully they get through this quickly. Now, if you remember, we had the Yasuo ADC. That was the main standout thing so far. I mean, do you have anything to say about it?
But what was that?
The Yasuo AD carry.
No comment.
Okay, so you know what? I was looking at Vespian's match history, and he does have a 64% win rate with Yasuo, and that's about 88 games. So I feel like usually it is an 80 carry, but I don't want to discount it entirely.
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely do some, some crazy things on it. And with the support that was supposed to be the Leona, they have a lot of damage in that lane.
I think it's super bad. I mean, it ended up going what? Twitch? No, nah. I don't think it'll work. Like, there's just too much poke. Like, he's not gonna be able to. I don't think CS very well. He's just gonna get harassed down.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a heal support to like stay in. So unless they can just like all in and get kills over and over, I don't think it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, you know what? The enemy bot lane can't poke you if they're dead. So, I believe.
That is
Jesus.
true. Well,
Korean advice.
I mean, with the Kha'Zix and the Karthus, that might, add that extra burst damage from the mid and jungle to help out in that bot lane, getting those kills. Wingnut, again, hovering Nunu instead of just picking his champion. He's a special fellow. But here we go. We get to see it again. Guys, what do you think this AD carry pick is going to be here for Vespian?
Hopefully Yasuo was a mistake.
It will be the Yasuo yet again. What a surprise. And, I mean, okay. Leona Yasuo, that's a pretty aggressive lane. I could see them getting an early kill and then snowballing this lane. Do I think it's likely? Not really. Do I think it's possible? Yes.
I think if you were gonna go for something like the Yasuo ADC, it would have been better to go for something like. I think you probably could have just gone Alistair's so you get the guaranteed knockups.
Yeah, there is no knockups on Leona or anyone else, for that matter, on the side of River Shen Reformed. So, I mean,
He's just gonna have to hit his tornadoes. Maybe he's a Yasuo god. We don't know that.
yeah, I mean, the CC from Leona will help him hit those nados, so it's not like she doesn't help at all. I could definitely see, them just blowing up the Twitch or the Nami, though. So, keep a close eye on this bot lane. But other than that, we also have a Karthus pick, which has been kind of overshadowed by the Yasuo. And
yeah, I'm interested to see what type of rune AP will be going on Karthus, because I've actually played a little bit of Karthus on the new patch, and I've tried the ultimate hat, the one that lets you reduce your ult cooldown. And
will you even ult 6 times in the game, though, or 5 times to get the stacks up for it?
Yeah, it depends on how long the game goes. It's usually not very good, but in theory, it could.
I feel like Mana Flow Band would be better for that mana sustain.
I believe you can get both.
Looks
No,
like
you
he
cannot.
went Glacial Augment.
On Karthus?
Oh, spicy.
That is not expected. So we can see the runes now. We'll go through them quickly. We have a Electrocute Kha'Zix, which was expected, was probably the better of the options. A Aftershock Leona, Glacial Augment Karthus, Press the Attack Yasuo, and Grasp the Undying Yorick. On the other team, they have a Summon Airy Nami, a Lethal Tempo Twitch, Electrocute Annie, Electrocute Jarvan, and Press the Attack Renekton. Now, I think the keystones in this game are much more on point with what they should be compared to last game. The Karthus one, the Glacial Augment, does throw me a little off, but I mean, you can only apply it with auto attacks and active items, right? Karthus isn't notorious for auto attacking, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, his auto attacks are not great. But his, I believe his Q applies on hits, so it might count.
I guess we'll have to find out.
No, it's not even on hits. It's just slowing items. Slowing items and auto attacks. And no, Karthus Q does not apply on hits. Or else Nashor's Karthus would be... nightmares.
I still think it'd be good.
Or Lichbane. I mean, Lichbane Karthus would be good at that point. That would be... Oh, God. Oh, I'm shuddering.
He did go exhaust, so he is like respecting the enemy team a little bit, but I'm not too sure about it.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Glacial Augment Karthus. Now, I think that press the attack on Yasuo was the right choice here. With the Aftershock on Leona, you can really just get that early kill pressure onto a target. So, they have the right setup. Can they execute? That is all we have to see. And execute plan C? What do you think?
Lord.
Come on, that transition was so good. Give it to me.
I just think that the composition from the other team is just so much better, and it doesn't rely on like cheese picks or certain effects or you having to outplay your opponent. It's just like they've got strong champions in every lane, they've got scaling, they've got great team fighting, and I think as long as they just don't fall too far behind in the other game and let Yasuo snowball, they should have a pretty easy time winning.
Alright, well with that, we are going to load really quickly, as when we get onto the Rift, we will see this Yasuo AD carry in Game 2 of Mac and Cheese versus River Shen Reformed. Don't go anywhere. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as the game decides to show up, we are back on the Rift with Game 2 of River Shen Reformed versus Mac and Cheese. With, on the blue side, River Shen Reformed, with X Havoc up in the top lane, Mr. Sneezy XL in the jungle, Deliberator 78 in the mid, Vespion on the Yasuo AD carry in the bot lane, and WordKid on the Leona support. Versus, on the red side, we have Mac and Cheese with a pause coming out.
This is quality content.
Yes, but with that, we have up in the top lane, Renekton, with Z717 subbing in, Mr. Dude 812 in the jungle, Khan24 in the mid lane, Wingnut 0220 in AD carry, and Septic Candy in support.
So starting items are looking pretty usual.
Yeah. We do see the stopwatches on both mid laners again. Which is, I mean, I think it's good here, because you have the Kha'Zix who's going to be assassinating you, you have the Jarvan, the Twitch, and the Annie with the stun. I don't blame either of them for going for it. I do love me some cookies, but, a pocket watch is nice too.
One thing that does kind of surprise me a little bit is that they chose to go with the Ignite on Leona again. I know this is supposed to be like a heavy kill pressure bot lane, but I feel like the threat from the other team was too great to justify taking that.
Yeah, well, I think that they can get away with it due to the exhaust in the mid lane on the Karthus. If they didn't have that, they would be punished a lot more late game. I think that they need it for this lane, or else they just can't win it. So I think it's excusable here.
I think something else they also could have done was go Relic Shield instead of the Doran's Blade.
Also, I think this Discord is actually kind of a little laggy. Do you guys? I'm gonna drop a new link. We're like switching this right on air. This is like it's getting a little bad though. Just go to that link. Okay. We'll try that server out. I'm sorry for like switching it right now, but it is not great quality. So just go in there, guys. If you can't join in, I'll move you into the private room. As they connect to the new Discord, they're now in the Discord. Can you guys talk for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Sorry, what
That
was
is
that?
so much better. The mics were not good quality in the other server. I should have done this so much sooner. God bless. But now that has been resolved, both junglers starting in the bot side this game. So gonna be up in that top lane early on, which is the opposite of what we had last game. And if you guys remember, we had Sneezy gank the bot side and get a really big advantage off of that. And I think that almost set the pace for that game. Now, Z717 is someone we haven't seen yet. He's the kind of unknown factor, and on that press the attack Renekton, he can deal a lot of damage. This Yorick is very, very strong with the Grasp the Undying. Don't get me wrong, but I think that Renekton is a good pick against it, and I think that if Z717 can show up on it, this could close out into an easy peasy 1-1. Oh, in the mid lane, already Flash coming out from Deliberator, kind of using his summoners a lot more, leisurely than last game. And so far, a bit of a slow start, except for that mid lane gank. Really good from Mr. Dude, just kind of knowing like, okay, Karthus is immobile. If I can force that flash out, this is a lane that I want to repeat. We will have to see if he does come back to that mid lane, which would be very good for him if he did. But, he might need to put some more pressure down into this bot side, because that Yasuo is maybe looking to do something. Mr. Sneezy looking to even it out a little bit in the mid lane, give a health advantage over to the Karthus. So, both laners having some sort of advantage. Maybe one can capitalize on it better than the other one. As these junglers are, again, having a very large amount of pressure in this match. Now, this is Mr. Dude here is looking to be a little cheesy, just sitting in the bush waiting. Not showing himself yet. Oh, he's not going in, period.
Yeah, X Havoc was thinking about trying to sneak that, but I'm glad he decided against it.
Oh, as he maybe should have just decided to die sooner, as he is dying now to Mr. Dude. Flashing, wasting the summoner spell. That is about as bad as it could have went for him, as Mr. Dude on that Jarvan picks up a kill. Oh no.
Yeah.
But
in this
no
situation.
Lesbian using his mastery emote in the bot lane.
What was the mastery? Was it 7?
I think it might have been.
That is an experienced Yasuo if I've ever seen one. But that is a big deal for that Renekton. Or sorry. Yeah, well, yeah, for the Renekton. I mean, this Yorick, we've been kind of hyping it up. 55% win rate pick, right? Really good in the preseason. But no, my god, Khan is getting destroyed. Q after Q. Deliberator delivers. And WordKid does not. The E not connecting onto Wingnut. This bot lane's still a little more passive than we would have liked for Vespian and WordKid. But that is really big for that Karthus. He has now established a lead in this lane. With that now, I mean, that opens up more room for Mr. Sneezy to come into this bot lane, help snowball that Yasuo and Leona, as his mid lane's already won. It might be a little early to say that, but I mean, also Khan had flash. No one? Is everyone as
Oh,
baffled
sorry.
as I am?
Sorry. I was a little bit in shock.
Yeah. I was looking at Annie and I'm like, wait, there's a flash there. You can flash Karthus Q. Oh, Mr. Dude in the bot lane has showed himself already though. And they're just in full panic. Red alert, red alert. Vespian is walking back up though. Gets hit by a bubble. Mr. Dude not in a position to really follow up though. He was in the far back of the bush for some reason. If he was further up, he could have went in on that. So... some misexecution so far, but also some good plays. And I mean, if you think about the elo of these players, they're supposed to be silver players. They've been showing a pretty good performance so far. I mean, I feel like if I watch this, like, I'd say that this is like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear if this was like gold or higher. Like, this is, there's, you know, I think there's even a bronze player in one of these teams. Like, this is, I want to say, like, whichever team comes out, you know, on this game, they've both played really well so far. Mr. Sneezy coming for a gank in the top lane, not connecting with the W, though, and he's going to get really low as he is running away. Z7 pops the ultimate a little bit late. The Dominus charging up for his Fury, maybe looking to make a turnaround here, but probably going to be the wiser and back off, just eat some fruits, go back into lane with a full tummy. Probably a bit smarter, safer too. And I mean, yeah, there's a full health Renekton in lane now. Havoc is going to have to back. This is really good for Z717, who has both of his summoners up right here. He could even maybe solo kill Havoc here. Oh! Wait, oh, he just wasted his dash, so it's not going to be happening anytime soon. But Maiden does go down. Vespion taking some damage. Passive is down. Mr. Dude up in the backside. Has flash. Has EQ. No ultimate yet, though. Gets the Yasuo. CCs him down. The Karthus ulti coming down. And this is going really sour. Double kill for Deliberator 78. And that Karthus is so happy with that. Vespion picking up another kill. And by golly, that is a Karthus.
Okay, so I know I was doubting the Karthus, but you were doubting the Yasuo, and I'm pretty sure that was all him.
I did mention that this Yasuo is going to need some extra damage to top it off from the Karthus and Kha'Zix in the mid and jungle. I do distinctly remember saying that. That Karthus definitely topped off that damage.
I think that was just like super greedy for red side, since like, you know, Karthus has ult and he can't really do anything about it, and trying to like force a dive against Leona is usually not going to go well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are just better options for that. Like, I haven't really been paying attention to how mid lane's been playing, but like we mentioned, Karthus is pretty immobile. He does have flash, but I believe Jarvan did as well, and so does Annie, so I think they could have done something else there.
Yeah, well, we did say this Yasuo needed to snowball to stay in this game, and, you know, a kill and 2 assists is definitely looking good so far, as he's also even in CS right now with this Twitch, which is really surprising, actually.
Yeah, I don't...
Oh, Havoc is getting chunked out really low. Mr. Dude still has a Cataclysm, uses the EQ, uses the Cataclysm, maybe didn't need to, though, and that... Z717 could have flashed and followed up and gotten the kill there, I think, but...
He tried to dash over the wall, but...
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Ouch. That is a unfortunate situation. And that's, I mean, that's the kind of thing that might make or break a game here. As we see this press the attack Renekton getting the damage down, he is exposed. Havoc having to be really careful here.
And you know what? Karthus
Z7 has Dominus. Oh, but Mr. Sneezy here maybe looking to dominate Z717 as he drops the Dominus. Lethal tempo coming out, or press the attack, I should say, as he is pressing his face into the face of the enemy team, saying, "I am an alligator, I kill you." Gets the double kill, 1v2, coming up clutch. This is a hell of a substitute. Indeed.
I don't even know what to say. That was
Leona ultimate coming down. Dropping it down, Yasuo ult, and that is a dead Nami. Just everything just going crazy. I mean, we expected, you know, this York to do well, and we expected the Kha'Zix to be just making picks left and right, but instead we have this Renekton smashing the enemy team. We have this Yasuo and Karthus going crazy. Learning 5s, ladies and gentlemen. Learning 5s. I'm still kind of blown away after some of these fights. I think every time someone tries to gank, it just doesn't go well. Vespion looking for something. Mr. Dude coming in. Has no Cataclysm still. Uses the EQ. Not going to get a kill. And instead gets taken out by WordKid. Who now is... Oh, Karthus ult being dropped down. Lowering the health of Wingnut and Z717. Let's see if it matters at all.
And maybe that fight would have gone differently bot lane if Mr. Dude had ended up hitting the knockup on Leona. I think he missed it by just a little bit, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any target getting knocked up. Maiden was used by X Havoc here, although it looks like it's just going to be taken out by the tower. Oh, that's gotta hurt, though. This Maiden has a fairly long cooldown. If I'm not mistaken, it's around 80 seconds at least. 144. Sleep
Ouch.
tight, Maiden. Sleep tight.
And you know what? Karthus did end up going with that active item, so he can be proccing that glacial augment now. Definitely a little easier, at least.
Yeah. I mean, definitely going to have a lot of CC on this team comp, and that adds an extra layer to it, too. I wonder, with this Renekton so strong, and with the Yasuo and Karthus being strong, I wonder, like, which team is going to accelerate faster. Obviously, 2 Fed members is better than 1. But...
one of those Fed members is the Yasuo.
yeah, a Fed Yasuo... I mean, a Fed Yasuo can do some crazy things.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not saying that doesn't count, but I feel like having a Fed ranged character may be useful. I'm not saying
Well,
that Karthus isn't ranged, but AD carry.
Yeah. I mean, if the Twitch had, 203 right now, this game would be very different. Oh, Mr. Sneezy just deletes down Mr. Dude, but the other Mr. goes down as Sneezy drops, and Havoc looking to smack down, bringing the shovel, burying Renekton there, and that is a Herald going over to the undead duo of Havoc and Deliberator. And that's... this game is just looking worse and worse for Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, I think they're just playing like too aggressive.
No, so I did like the idea of going for the Rift Herald just because you have the strong Renekton, you have the maybe not strong Jarvan, but he's not far behind. Maybe if they had been able to sneak it would have been a lot easier, but I think it was a good idea.
Yeah. Winwell destroying the tidal wave. The tsunami makes a very sad Nami, as it did not even go an inch before it was deleted. That is tragic. That just feels bad. Oh, Leona missing the flash E as Wingnut dodges out everything. Still gonna be taken out though, as the Yasuo ult comes out. Icing on the cake. Maybe a little overkill, but... ugh. This Karthus is doing some crazy damage, though. He's getting fairly fed with that GLP, with that blasting wand. He's already amassed a very large amount of AP.
Yeah, he has that Dark Seal stacking up. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually turns into a Medjai's.
I'd be a little surprised. Just a
I
little.
don't think so. No, I don't think so. He picked Karthus.
I mean, he's
already like...
but another thing, just off of his level advantage alone, level 11 Karthus, this guy has ridiculous base damage. And, I mean, they're just in the jungle taking the blue buff with their Yasuo. This game has just devolved so quickly. And I gotta say, I was expecting this game to be closer than the last one, but that is not at all the case, as River Shen Reformed just pulled out their toxic side and locked in that Yasuo, and it's paying off.
I like that super respectful flash from Deliberator there, because if he had died, he is 3-0, so...
Yeah, and since he's not dead, he can go and win this fight for his team, as that Karthus is doing so much damage. Gets mid tower. Top tower is already dropped. Bottom tower was gone way before. The anti-ult does come out, though. Tibbers tearing apart this team. Word Kid living just barely. Deliberator does drop, though. Not having the Karthus ulti. Looking for some Qs. Not getting him. Wingnut being sneaky. And that is a shutdown onto Deliberator, who did not even exhaust. Maybe the exhaust wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe he just wanted to save it for another opportunity. It's not necessarily bad of him to do that. But Wingnut potentially could have died there if he was exhausted. So that is a bit unfortunate. This game is just... It's going a little more back and forth now. A Wingnut really low, though. It's a bit weird to see him sticking around here still.
Yeah, but Vespian about to get collapsed on.
Oh, Cataclysm comes out. Immediate flash. Blue Smite does slow him down, though. The Q comes out, and Z717 does not get the kill. Heal comes out, too. Vespian is just baiting them around. Right now, Vespian has blown both the summoners. What is it going to do for his team? As the Nami ulti comes out, gets deleted. Don't tell me. If he escapes here... Wait a minute. Vespian... The last breath was not cast, as he did not have time, because he died. Almost looked like the Great Escape, and then he's like, well, I'm gonna kill Twitch. Oh, wait. I'm gonna get killed. That is a pretty big deal. That shutdown gold is gonna go over to the Twitch and the rest of the team. And if this Twitch can get fed and start snowballing, this is actually a way for them to get back into this game. They're only 4k gold down now. It's not as bad, and even more gold is going over as they pick up another kill onto Mr. Sneezy, who's just being disrespectful in the enemy jungle. What are you doing there? Alright, execute. I feel like you've been just kind of stewing over there for a while. What's going on in your head?
I just don't understand anymore what's going on, honestly. I just think, like, the game plan for Red Side was just, like, super simple, but I think they just played super greedy, and it led to a lot of mistakes that didn't need to happen. And then I think all of the mistakes that Blue Side has had are also just due to them being, like, over aggressive, like just there where the Kazakhs ended up trying to go for an invade and gets caught out.
Yeah. Well, oh, something just happened that I am question mark pinging. Nami just bought Frost Queen's Claim, but doesn't have any Sightstone.
Not sure about this one.
That is a thinking emoji. Hit him with that Blitzcrank emote. Only 450 RP in the Riot Games store.
I assume she's still going for the Ardent Rush based on her items, but then I don't think you would finish her support item.
Yeah, it's a bit peculiar. I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, as that Leona ulti was not a big fan of not the ground. I'm sorry, I'll show myself out.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy.
Having
I know
a little...
I'm supposed to support you and all, but, like, I can't.
Oh, as Wingnut might need some support from his team. Walking back towards that pink ward. No fear from that Kha'Zix. As, I mean, Mr. Sneezy's not nearly as strong as he was last game.
Yeah, he's level 9. I don't think the enemy team is particularly scared of him at this point.
Yeah. I don't know if I would be. Oh, this Karthus is doing some crazy damage. Look how beefy he is. Right in the middle of that enemy team. Karthus does still survive. Does get finally taken out. Does have the Requiem, though. And is he going to drop the ulti? Oh, Kha'Zix just autos the kill. Karthus did not ulti. It looked like he wasn't managing his time properly.
Oh, he doesn't have ult.
What? Oh, it's barely on... You're right. It's on cooldown. Huh. I thought it was up, but it just looked like so because of where the cooldown was.
Yeah, it's super close. Feels bad, man.
Well, the gray bar was a little bit larger, but it looked like, you know how like the ult has like a pillar? The gray bar actually looked like part of the pillar. Oops, unlucky.
But you know what? Despite losing 2 people, they still managed to pick up a tower top lane.
Yeah,
So
they're still 4k gold ahead. That's just kind of, I
you
mean,
know why? It's because Wingnut's in the bot lane. He's just farming. He was like, you know what? I don't care. Get my tower.
yeah, but I mean, that is making the Twitch more of a threat. I will say, I'm not sure how I feel about the bootless Yasuo.
You don't need boots. You need more damage.
Do boots deal damage? With Predator, they
No.
do. But, Predator Vayne from my last solo queue game didn't work out too well, so probably don't go with that one, guys. Let's rant about solo queue games, by the way, guys. Anyone have some preseason stuff that they wanna hit us with? Oh, as Mr. Dude is hitting that dragon, actually steals it. It is just an ocean, but at what cost will that steal be at? The Annie dropping the Taper is getting a 2-man stun, but getting chased down by Mr. Sneezy, who's getting that isolation damage. They actually drop 3 members for that. Maybe even 4 if... No, it looks like they don't get him.
I think they could easily just go for the Baron here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no jungle, no ADC, no support. This could be it. It doesn't look like it's going to be. There's a little hesitation there. Maybe now they are, actually. Oh, yeah, they are. This is a little late. Mr. Dude might be up in time to steal it, but... They're making the Yasuo tank it. That reduces his damage by half, and it makes him take a lot of damage. I don't think it's going to matter,
Sure,
though.
they should continue with this.
They should be fine.
Yeah,
no
there's
vision.
no one anywhere near this.
Okay, you guys are right. This is why we don't have all bronze casters.
Do we? I think we have. We might have one.
Is it me?
Yeah, you're now the first official Learning 5's bronze caster.
I'm
I know
so
for sure we have
happy.
silver casters.
Yasuo still doesn't have boots.
I'm telling
Doesn't
you,
need
he
'em.
doesn't need boots.
Doesn't need them.
I mean,
Get that fat
he's got a
BF
decent
sword.
amount of movement speed already with that Phantom Dancer, and the rest of his team is actually just initiating for him, so he kind of just follows up. He doesn't really need the movement speed that badly. I mean,
In all seriousness, though, it may help him getting away from the Renekton a little bit, just because that Renekton was a huge threat, and I think the last 5v5 team fight, just taking out Karthus and Yasuo, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know. I guess it can go either way, but we did figure out that boots don't do damage, so.
unless you have Predator.
You know what? I don't know what Predator is. I'm pretty sure it's a rune, but I'm
It
not
is,
sure.
it is. It's a rune that makes your boots have like an active on them as they are activating a team fight over here. The Twitch is spraying and praying people down. Yasuo gets taken out, no boots to protect him this time. And Weird Kid is getting taken really low. Twitch Wizard might secure that kill as the Renekton does get it. Somehow, some way. The Yasuo, oh, the Karthus ulti does drop down though. Takes out the Jarvan. As I am dying from this game. As everyone else in this game is also. Oh, the split push from the Yorick, though. This is going to be an inhib tower.
Yeah, honestly, a 2 for 3, or sorry, yeah, a 2 for 3 when you are 4v5 is pretty worth, I'm gonna say. Especially with Yorick smacking on that with Baron.
Yeah. It does not look like he will get the inhib in time unless he's willing to trade his life for it. As I think he's making that commitment here. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just going to make it out.
He's just gonna run away.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
Twitch-
he decided to walk towards Z717 though. Didn't know he was there and might pay for it with his life. That Yorick, nope, just too strong. He's smacking people with a shovel. He's just getting pinged. His team is pinging him like crazy. The Mastery 4! he
Spectator
pops the
team.
Mastery 4 to show his Yorick prowess. He is a monster. Mastery 7 Yasuo, nothing on his Mastery 4 Yorick. Mastery 4 is like the kind of like the wood tier like mastery. You kind of use it when like it's so bad that you use it just to show how much of it, like how bad you are, or just show how inexperienced you are and make the enemy feel bad.
I feel really bad for that Nami.
Oh, I feel bad for Mr. Dude here as he is getting smacked down. 366 damage from that Karthus Q. And it's going on to Z717 here. This Karthus is really, really strong. He has so much magic penetration, so much ability power, and so much health too. He's just an all-around strong champion right now.
I want to formally apologize to you, Meow. He did not build Medjais. I'm really sad.
He sold his Dark Seal. Yeah. Well, I mean, wait, look, if you buy Magi on Karthus, you're going to be dying, right? Do you really want to lose your Magi stacks? And a good Karthus player always makes good use of that passive. Oh, they're jumping in here. Oh, that Yasuo's just getting deleted. And what is this initiation? It has just gone wrong every way possible. 3 kills for none. The York is split pushing in the top lane, though. Super minions are flooding into the bot lane. X Havoc is split pushing at his team's expense, but it might be worth it. The stun connecting, and X Havoc getting really low. Will he get the inhib time? He drops the maiden as he flashes out. Not worth the flash, I feel.
But supers are on the Nexus turret.
Yeah. It's not going to get any Nexus towers, though, but it's going to prevent any pushing out.
We're getting some damage on there.
And I mean, honestly, if they leave the base and Yorick is anywhere near their base, X Havoc is just going to destroy it. He might end the game if they decide to fight around a Baron or a Dragon, per se.
Yeah, with the Infernal Dragon coming up in 40 seconds, I feel like that's something both teams are going to kind of want, but honestly, the red team might just have to give it up.
Yeah, and so that is an Ocean Drake going to be spawning up in 20 seconds.
Wait, what the heck? My client says Infernal.
Yeah, in the corner it always shows
The
Infernal.
corner is always a no. You have to check the pit.
Oh my gosh.
Riot Games, ladies and gentlemen. A small
so
indie
boosted.
company.
Twitch also actually has a damage item now instead of just the Runon. So
Yeah. Yeah, this Twitch is getting really strong, actually. Now, the Wind Wall from the Yasuo can completely disrupt that spray and pray, but if Yasuo is taken out at the beginning of a fight, like last time, that could be disastrous for them. They do get the Ocean Drake. That is 3 Oceans this game, 2 going over to the side of River Shen Reformed, with 1 Air Drake as well. And Septic Condi might be a little out of position here, although able to just swim away. Wordkid is getting really hungry for this Leona, though. Or this Nami, and overcomes Mr. Sneezy, securing that kill. Wordkid taking a chunk of damage himself, but not going to look to turn it around. Oh, up in the top lane, York is taking a lot of damage, but dealing some decent damage too. The Maiden chunking out that Renekton. That is a ZZ Rot Yorick that has destroyed this inhib. And this is 3 inhibs. This is the death sentence. I mean, if they get this final inhib, obviously. Oh, onto the Jarvan. He's dropped really low. And he is not going to die to that burning effect. The Karthus ulti does come out. I don't know if he's healed up yet. He has not healed up, and he is taken out by the Jarvan, the Karthus ulti, as Yasuo is taken out himself. That is a double kill going over to the Annie from an over-aggressive Yasuo, who has flash still. I think that they can't end the game anymore with Yasuo dying there. Now, they have death sentence, basically. Triple inhib. That is hard to come back from. The bottom inhib is almost respawning, though. It will be up in a few seconds.
Nami finally finished her Ardent Sensor. I'm really proud of her.
What about some wards for that Kha'Zix?
Yeah. Sidestone's
wards.
kind of important.
I agree. I mean, I don't mind skipping it for first item. Like, when I play Nami, I actually like going T2 support items. So you get the Frostfang, and then you go into either Dark Seal, or you just go straight for the Athenes, and then, or also tier 1 boots. You get tier 1 boots, and then you upgrade to Sightstone after that. It lets you get a really useful item for you, which is the Athenes, and it lets you just, you know, heal like crazy. Ardent Sensor, we can check how much value she's gotten from it. 24 on-hit damage so far. 24.
I'm quitting casting.
I think she just got it, so I don't know.
She's...
Yeah, gotta give her a little bit of time. It does autos
I'm trying to think of a way the red team gets back into this, and I'm not sure I see one.
I mean, they just need to win a fight just single-handedly, and then they need to do that multiple times in a row. But with Word Kid going aggressive like this, the ultimate going down onto Khan.
Annie getting hit with the Leona stun.
Oh, in the back, spray and pray from Wingnut, but he gets deleted. What is he doing there? That is not your team, that is the enemy team, and you are right in the middle of it. Septic Kandi gets taken out, and a complete mayhem devolves. Karthus going down, but has the passive, making great value of that. This is why you don't get a Magi's. Gets 2 kills, 1 going over to the Yorick. But there are super minions flooding the base, and that is 5 members down. That is an ace for River Shen Reformed, and that looks to be the game.
I think if the Twitch team, if Twitch's team actually like committed to the fight while he was flanking with the ult, that actually would have been really good for them.
Yeah, but with that, that will end this game. A 2-0 for River Shen Reformed, and by God, they pulled out all their toxicity as they make that Yasuo AD carry work.
You didn't believe in it. I can't believe you.
I gotta believe next time. Well,
I still don't believe.
he still doesn't believe. They won and he doesn't believe.
Definitely was not the Yasuo.
Alright, well, that was such an interesting game to watch. I am happy to have been here to cast it with you guys. I'm Law Meowing Cat, joined here by Companion to be and Execute Plan C. Thank them so much for being here as special guests. Congratulations to River Shen Reformed for their 2-0 victory over Mac and Cheese, who were very formidable opponents, I must say. For everyone who hasn't already joined the Learning 5 community, go into the description of the Twitch. You will see a Discord link and a Twitch link to join in. On behalf of myself, my co-casters, and Learning 5 staff, thank you so much for watching, and good luck playing League of Legends with Yasuo AD Carry.